Right, we're going back to Mthatha now to our reporter Siphamandla Goge, where President Cyril Ramaphosa has met the Abathembu King. Let's listen in.
His Majesty the King that we're dealing with the matter of the release of the King, and he understands very, very well the processes that we are going through. I've received a recommendation from the Minister, and I'm applying my mind to it, and will be doing so very carefully, very thoroughly, because it is a serious matter that we need as government to apply our minds to. And fortunately, he has full understanding and has left the matter in our hands.
When are you anticipating to take and communicate that decision, even though you are applying your mind now?
The matter is under consideration, it is being discussed, it's being considered, and I'm applying my mind to it. Thank you very much.
How do you react to the pressure that has been put on you by some monarchs in the Eastern Cape and the Land Party? They've given you an ultimatum that you need to release His Majesty before the elections.
Well, I'm aware of a number of people who are making pronouncements, who are even putting deadlines, and that's not how we work. We should never work on the basis of ultimatums and deadlines. We need to give matters serious consideration. Everybody should be satisfied with the fact that this matter has been tabled on my desk by the Minister. It is being addressed, and it will be addressed properly, because we are not a reckless government. We are not a government that does things outside the parameters of the law. We will act in accordance with the law, because that's how we are. We are a constitutional state, and we must act in terms of all the laws that govern all these matters, and with due consideration to, obviously, the compassion that we need to have, because we are a compassionate government as well. So all those factors need to be taken into account before we take any decision.
President, my name is Zimkita Makungwane from the SABC. Were you engaging with the acting king on your capacity as president of the ANC or president of the country?
Well, I was meeting with the king. We've met quite often, and we meet as two individuals. When I meet His Majesty, I meet him in various capacities, in my capacity as the President of the Republic, and also in my capacity as President of the ANC. So we are able to discuss matters in a very, very thorough and friendly manner. We cooperate extremely well on all matters that we deal with. And so I brief him on various matters, and he also briefs me on matters that happen here amongst the Abathembu. And so this is a relationship that has evolved. And in fact, it's a relationship that has evolved over many, many generations. It is not the first time that the President of the ANC and the King of the Abathembu have cooperation. And it's not the first time that the President of the Republic meets with His Majesty, and indeed with other kings as well. So it is our job, and this is what we do.
But it's for the first time under these conditions with His Majesty in prison, Mr. President.
No, it isn't the first time. We've met a number of times, even as His Majesty has been in prison. And we've discussed not only the matter of the king in prison, but we've discussed a whole range of other matters. Matters that have to do with development, matters that have to do with the economy, that have to do with a variety of matters, youth empowerment and what have you. So we are not in strange territory.
Mr. President, while you are considering this application, are you also in talks with those who were the victims?
We've gone through a thorough process. And that is what has given rise to the recommendation I've received from the Minister. So it's been a wholesome and thorough process that we've gone through.
Maybe, Mr. President, before we discuss ANC politics, let's get a word from the acting king.
No, we are not going to discuss ANC politics.
Okay. If we can have a word about the meeting.
No, the meeting went well with my president here, as he has told you that the processes are being dealt with thoroughly. We have to respect the constitution as much as possible. The only thing that I would say now to the Thembu nation is patience. We should be patient. The king will make his way home. Patience.
There was a demand by the victims of a 2.5 million rand to be paid to them for the release of the king. What is the response to that?
The only thing that I would say is that I'm aware of the demand, but I'm not obliged to go in deep about that.
Thank you very much. Thank you, guys.
Okay, siyabonga. Siyabonga kakhulu. Okay. Well, that was President Cyril Ramaphosa concluding that meeting with acting Abathembu King Azenathi as he is leaving this meeting venue right now. He's going for another political engagement just few meters from where we are because he's campaigning in the Eastern Cape. After concluding this important meeting with the acting Abathembu King, he's going to address a community gathering which is dubbed a political rally as he's about to wrap up his campaign trail in the Eastern Cape.
Thank you very much. That was eNCA reporter Siphamandla Goge coming to us from the Eastern Cape.